Welcome to Lab TV. I'm Larry.
I'm Tom.
Really, you should have opened this.
Yes, but you always do.
Okay. We're doing a chill and grill.
We're doing chill and grill, and I'm going to make chicken marsala because I made it a little bit ago, and he was apparently so impressed that he wanted me to do it again
on a video. Yeah, I'm basically just going to be the sous chef.
Pretty much.
Just cutting stuff up for you. It's pretty simple recipe, really.
Recipe.
Huh?
Is it making sure I stay on track with the recipe?
I think there's something missing here, though. It's chicken marsala, you said, right?
Yes. And no, I had thought of this earlier, and I told myself not to forget it, and what did I forget? The back half of the name of the dish.
Yeah, pretty important. Pretty important. We will put that back like that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
You want to go over it? We want to go over the ingredients now.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll start off. I'll go to the marsala. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. We got rotini. Are you using this whole box?
I think about half the box.
Okay, so that's 16 ounces. He's going to be using 8 ounces of that.
Right. The thing is with the pasta, you want to make sure that you get pasta that has like good sauce carrying capability. Like you don't want too heavy of a pasta like rigatoni. That's too much actual pasta.
Well, I like rigatoni though.
Rigatoni's good, but it's not the right thing for chicken marsala. However, you don't want too light of a pasta. You don't want like elbows or something like that because that's just too light.
So you're using the rotini, and they're just like swirls, like corkscrew almost.
Yeah.
We have some. Is this extra virgin?
I think it's just regular.
Just regular olive oil. We have flour. We have chicken stock, and this is salted, right? It's not unsalted.
It's whatever I picked out from the cabinet.
Yeah, it's got salt in it. Then for those people who gotta watch their salt intake, they can get unsalted. And we have marsala wine.
Yep. Because you can't have chicken marsala without the marsala.
That's pretty important. Pretty important.
Just a bit. We got salt and pepper. They're kind of to taste. We've got parsley here. What is this? Just flat leaf or?
There's flat leaf and regular parsley there. It's fresh. We grow it outside.
That it is.
It's almost going to be done now because
it's that time of year. But it's also the right time of year to make chicken marsala.
Yeah, the basil that we were growing outside completely is dead now.
Yeah, that's been kind of out for a while.
Parsley's pretty.
Parsley's still good though.
Yeah.
Yep, we've also got chives. These will be for garnish at the end. We got the mushrooms, a very important key part.
What kind of mushrooms?
These are baby portobello mushrooms.
Nice.
Yep.
I love mushrooms.
Very tasty. Good.
Yeah.
And good for chicken marsala.
We like shrooms. Well, mushrooms.
Yes, but you got to be like specific with that sort of thing because that could be misconstrued, and that's
just
we're not
ridiculous.
about that. We also got essence.
We
don't have like a proper container for it.
Yeah, because we make
it at home.
Yeah, we make our own essence. Just to let you guys know, you can buy that in any supermarket, just about.
Yeah.
It's Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah, you might remember the classic video of Emerald Lagasse's Essence Spice.
Yeah, that's an old video that you actually did where you showed how to make the spice. So.
I had a mustache that I think I still have lying around, but it's probably really dusty.
What was that called? Was it called?
Tom Teaches a Thing.
Tom Teaches a Thing. So if you want to learn how to make that,
that is a classic.
Or you just buy the essence already.
Or you just buy it.
And then what we have?
And then lastly is the other important half of chicken marsala, the chicken. You want 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts at about how much weight is this? So this is about
2 pounds.
Yeah, something like that.
About 2 pounds.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we're going to get started.
Yep.
I'll be chopping these up and chopping some things up, and Tom will be getting
you want to
get
the mushrooms all clean, whether you do that by rinsing them off or with a paper towel to wipe them off.
Right.
However you do it is how you clean them. You can take the stems out if you want. I normally do. I don't know why, I just do.
Yeah, we take the stems out.
We normally do, yeah. So do that, slice them up, and
then we'll get started.
Alright, fine.
Giddy up. So, Tom, what's the first step there?
I'm getting water into a pot to boil.
Okay.
For the pasta, I'm going to be salting it. I mean, the focus of this really isn't the pasta. The pasta's just an important
Well, we want to show all the steps, Tom, so...
I mean, yeah, but like...
if you're going to do a video, do it right, okay?
But the focus is the chicken marsala, not the pasta. The pasta is, you just, you boil it.
Oh, is that a side?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't tell me it was a side. Why do you have it up there with the main ingredients?
Because it's important
If it's just a side, why do you have it with all the main ingredients?
Can I speak, please?
Hey, Tom, your hair looks nice.
Yeah, thanks to you. Anyway, the reason why the pasta was, with all the rest of that stuff is because I needed to mention it because you don't want to get the wrong type of pasta to go with a chicken marsala. You want a good complementary pasta.
Gotcha, but you should have said it was a side. I did not understand that. I didn't think there was pasta inside of chicken marsala. Marsala.
Well, I didn't get really good chance to say it.
Okay,
so we're also going to be having broccoli on the side because you want to make sure you have colorful plate and all that. So
right.
Bright green of broccoli, good. So we're going to be having that as a side, but that's also not the focus. Right. So we're not going to be talking about that.
So just remember, guys, the marsala dish has nothing to do with the pasta. That is just a side.
Yes, it's just typically served with pasta.
Right. Tom, did you forget something?
Butter.
You need butter for this recipe?
Like 4 tablespoons of it.
Boy, you're really slacking. That's not how we do videos around here. So guys, you need 4 tablespoons of butter.
I tend to remember these things when you're not around. I think it's you.
I don't think so.
I don't know about that.
So, Tom, welcome to Chillin' and Growin', where everything goes wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
So, want to explain to the people what happened?
So, there's a bit of an error with our supplier, and...
Who's the supplier that you get?
Somebody with a maternal relationship to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're supposed to have ordinary boneless, skinless chicken breasts.
Right.
These are boneless, skinless chicken breast tenders.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing.
Yeah. So.
However, we can still work with it. It's still chicken. So all you got to do with this is you just got to, this little tendon right here. You got to slice this out.
Yeah.
Then you put it in a bag, and you got to.
And you'll get to the next step after you do all the tendon things. But you can still make it.
It's still doable.
Yeah.
It's just not exactly what the recipe calls for.
Yeah. So
it'll still work.
Yeah. So we do have chicken breast in the freezer. Unfortunately, we didn't check the package that his mother bought, so we have to use these. But it's not a big deal.
Because as far as we knew, the one that was in the fridge originally, because this is in the fridge for a bit.
Right.
That's what we were supposed to use.
Right. Because why would there be tenders in there?
Right, and that's what this was. It was the one that was sitting in the fridge.
You feel like you were bamboozled a little bit?
Mildly.
Yeah, a little bit. So anyway, Tom, your water started to boil and you turned it down. So that's because you don't want your pasta done too early.
Right. Like we haven't sliced the mushrooms yet, which we'll be getting to soon. The chicken I'm still.
Yeah. Speaking of the mushrooms, oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking?
I was.
I have them all cleaned and the stems out, and now I can start cutting them. So what would you like them cut, Tom? About a 1/2 inch?
Yeah, about 1/2 inch would probably.
Okay, slices, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that for you. And while you're playing with your meat.
You have to say it like that?
Yeah, I did.
You really don't.
It's Joe coming out on me.
Alright, so chicken's all cut up, got the tendons out, so now is the part where we smack it with a mallet.
Oh, now you're going to beat your meat?
Yes, I'm going to beat my meat.
Alright.
Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that what you wanted me to say?
Yeah, but nobody else wanted to hear it.
Then why'd you say it?
Okay, so, watch the knife.
So,
which side are you using with that?
Not the spiky part. You want to use the flat part. Because, spiky part...
What do you got, chicken on your hands?
This hand, yeah. This hand's actually clean.
How are you going to wash your hand?
Because I'm going to have to pull the chicken out to put it in the dredge in a bit.
Okay, gotcha.
But we haven't made the dredge yet. That's going to be...
Go ahead.
In a second. So, unlike regular chicken breast, you don't want to smack it as hard because you don't need to get it as flat because it's already tender.
Yeah,
it's already
you never want to
flat.
smack your meat that hard. Yeah, and they're tenders. If it was breast, you'd have to hit it a little bit harder, huh, Tom?
Yep. Some of it might still take a little bit because it was a little bit frozen still, but...
Yeah.
Alright, what kind of like about 1/2 inch thickness, I guess?
You could take out all your aggression on that, can't you?
Could.
Which one did you name that one?
Huh?
What did you name that chicken tender that you just smacked?
I don't name anything.
I was saying you're taking out your aggressions. You didn't get it. Went right over your head, just like that.
I guess. So anyway, you want to get them mostly flat. You don't need to go...
Yeah, you don't want them paper thin either. I think you might get carried away on them because they're so thin to begin with, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
that's probably about right where you need it. That's
okay.
Might be a bit thinner, but
All right.
It might be a little overdone when it gets done, but we'll see how it is. That'll probably be good. All right, so we're gonna turn the heat up on this a little bit, get this back to boiling.
It won't take long.
Won't take long. There we're gonna do the pasta and let that run.
A little too high. Yeah.
That way we can just get the pasta in, we can get that done while we're going throughout it. Like I said, not the main focus, I'll just get done as it gets done.
Okay.
So, now we've got the dredge right here. This is flour and essence, specifically about half a cup of flour and about a tablespoon of the essence.
And you just mix that all up nice and good?
Just mix it up, use the fork, just right through it. Simple enough.
So
So the next step with that is to put the oil in the pan.
How much oil?
About a tablespoon, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, you probably want to turn the heat on too, huh?
Oh, yes. Just
saying. So you got a tablespoon of that and what, a tablespoon of butter you want to put in there too?
Hold on. I know it's the oil first. Yeah. So it's that with the... on that medium high. And then when the chicken's ready to go in, then it is butter.
Oh, okay. So you don't put the butter in yet?
Right. Let the oil get hot first. Then butter right before chicken.
Right, but you don't want it too hot though. I mean, you don't want it to get hot,
but not, it says very hot, but not enough to get like smoky.
Right.
Honestly, this doesn't feel like it's enough oil because of how huge this pan is.
There's nothing worse than burnt olive oil, taste-wise.
Now I know that when I did it the first time, the oil didn't quite get hot enough, so...
All right, so...
like, I want to do it right now, but I know I'm not supposed to do it right now.
Right.
And while that started, so we can just, let's see, how much time is it for the pasta again? Because I don't remember.
It's usually about, what, 12 minutes or so? It tells you right there.
Yeah, on the package. It shows like 10 to 11.
Yeah.
So, about half the box. Yeah, that's close enough. There we go. That's the pasta.
All right.
That'll go for about 10 to 11 once it starts boiling again. And at which case then we can, actually this is probably close to hot now if I had to guess.
Okay, so what's your next step then?
The next step with that will be, you know, I just washed this hand, now I have to get it all chickeny again.
Yep.
Because now we gotta dredge with stuff, and this is a bit weird because I gotta go this way to put it over.
Well, you could do it over there, right? I mean,
look at all this stuff here.
Well, just move it back a little bit. I mean, it's not that difficult of a thing to do.
You gotta set it up so it's all in order, though.
Doesn't take much to fluster Tom.
Not particularly. I get very easily flustered when cooking.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got chicken flattened. So oil's pretty much hot.
Okay, so what are you doing then? So what are you checking a recipe? You don't know this. You already did this once.
I always have to like recheck things over.
Okay, you get flustered. Go ahead.
Stop it. Okay, so that was a bit of a mistake. I didn't want to actually like cause the flour to go.
Yeah, you just wasted half the flour.
I didn't waste half the flour. I didn't waste hardly any of it. All right.
So you're gonna put do you put them in one at a time? Like I mean
I could put like multiple in here, then like one.
Well, the only thing I'm saying is then wouldn't one get done sooner than the other?
Well, yes.
Okay, so
this here, let me get more of these. Have flour on them.
I think you should dredge them all and then put them on a plate and then put them in at the same time. Let me get a plate for you.
Go get me a plate.
All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off.
Go ahead. So the dredging is finishing up, and look at that. The butter's all melted.
You put what? A tablespoon of butter in there?
Tablespoon of butter's in there. Yep. So now we want to just put this right in there. Just kind of get that set.
I might turn that heat back up a little bit. I turned it way down because I didn't want you to burn the butter.
Yep, that'd be a good idea.
There we go.
Yep, and you just kind of want to get as much chicken into that as possible.
You're going to have to really spread them out. There's going to be a lot of chicken in there.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I like the sound of that one. You might want to push that one back a little bit.
Just a bit.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to get them a little bit of distance to have them like right up next to each other.
You're not going to have a choice but to get them right up against each other.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if you can.
Yeah, look how many you got left, Tom.
Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just pack them in there.
You can still move them around once you get them actually in the thing. You just kind of want to make sure that they're as flat as you can get them. I could probably have done a better job, but
yeah, definitely could. You're not packing any trunks to go on a trip. No wonder why we leave you home. Huh? Don't forget that little nugget.
I'm getting it. Boom, there.
All right, there we go.
All right, so that's that. Now you can actually wash your hands because you shouldn't be needing to touch any more raw chicken with your hands anymore. So let me go do that.
Are you going to be taking them out of the pan at some point too?
Yes, I will be taking them back out of the pan. So we can't use that plate again because that had raw chicken in it.
Right.
So we'll need to use a different plate.
Okay.
So I'll get to that. Things have calmed down a little bit. So pasta's done. We put that aside. Put a little bit of seasoning on that.
Chicken's looking good.
Chicken's looking great. We got a little bit put aside already because we just wanted to get golden brown. It doesn't need to be cooked through all the way yet. We'll be finishing cooking it at the very end. Right now, though, we're just going to get golden brown, which is almost done. Yeah, that one, you can see that's nice and golden brown. That one's done. I can actually grab it. We're almost done with the tongs as well. It's just kind of making sure this is done. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, there's a good chance that all these might just be done.
They all look done to me.
Golden brown.
All right, so what are you doing next after this?
After this, the mushrooms go in, which I see them over there on the side.
Oh yeah, and the mushrooms are cut right here, guys, about a 1/2 inch, as you can see. Oh, that one. Ooh.
Oh no, it mysteriously vanished. However could this have happened?
I love mushrooms.
All right, so then you want to put one of the tablespoons of butter in. Get that just kind of going around a bit.
That looks like you just put the 2 tablespoons in there.
I put whichever one was next in line, so that should have been the right one. Kind of get that going around.
The
butter's melted a bit.
That was an extra big tablespoon.
I noticed. Well, I'm not the one that cut that butter, so.
Well, it's better that I cut the butter than cut the cheese, huh? Thank you,
just pour the
guys.
mushrooms in.
Thank you, guys. I'm here all day. Here you go.
Unfortunately. All right.
All right, wait, that one don't belong there.
Yeah, if you say so. Anyway, butter's in, so now we just kind of just dump all these right on in.
That's a lot of mushrooms. Oh, you got that?
There we go.
Okay. So do you got to mix them up now, or what?
Oh yeah, you want to kind of spread them around a little bit.
Okay. So. And how do you know when they're done?
When they are golden brown, and they will be a lot smaller. Because these things are packed with moisture, and that is going to evaporate. And then after this, we'll be adding in like the marsala wine, and then
well, don't get ahead of yourself now.
Well, I can't help
Over here, guys, I cut up the chives right there, and the parsley. The parsley's over there.
Yep.
I cut that up nice and fine. Wanted to show the inside of it. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's a good job.
Yep, I'm going to be doing about half of that in with this later on. The other half is going to be for garnish.
Okay. So right now you're just waiting for them to cook down, right?
Yep, this is probably going to be like the longest thing that's not prepped.
Okay. Time for me to drink some beer.
Yeah, probably. So these mushrooms look like they're, I don't know, is reducing the proper word for this?
Well, they've reduced down in size, that's for sure.
They certainly do. I mean, I figure they now all actually fit in the pan.
You could just say cook down.
Cook down, all right.
Yeah. But they look good. They look delicious.
Oh,
and that's just butter.
That's just butter, oil, and
some chicken
a little bit of chicken. Yep. All right.
So what's your next step?
The next step is going to be adding in the pardon me, adding in the marsala, letting it come back up to a boil, and then letting it cook down to about half of what was in there.
Okay.
Which honestly, we're supposed to cook these until about golden brown around the edges. I think we're pretty much at that point.
They look done to me.
Yep.
I just want a big spoonful of them right now.
Well, you have to wait.
Well, I'm gonna wait.
You gotta wait. Anyway, add in that marsala.
There we go.
And at this point, we are going to be retiring the tongs.
Retired.
And moving on to a spoon.
A spoon.
Trusty old spoon. Has a flat edge. Very good for like scraping up bits, because that's one thing you're kind of supposed to do is just like...
So you deglaze in the pan.
Yep. Because you want all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, that's Flavor Town.
Yep. So like I said, at this point you want it to get up to a boil and then cook down about halfway from where it was. It's always really hard to measure that though, and I've only done it a couple times. Yeah. I've done good so far.
So what do you, what's after that? You put the chicken stock in after that?
Yes, actually. Next up is going to be the chicken stock after that, and then with the chicken stock, then it is the chicken itself.
Okay. All right, so you're back to a boil. That's nice. So now you're just waiting until it reduces about halfway.
Yep, just about half.
All right, I'll turn the camera back on.
All right. Cook down the mushrooms a little bit. I'd say it's probably cooked down about half, right?
Yeah, it looks about it.
So then the next part is your chicken stock. The 1 cup of it, or however many that is.
Yeah, how much marsala wine was that? 3/4
of a cup. 3/4 of a cup.
Yeah, I don't think you mentioned it.
Well, you're not supposed to, according to the recipe.
Okay. How many mushrooms was that we put in?
An entire package.
Yeah.
It's really just kind of as much as you want. Anyway, so you put the chicken stock in, and then you want to cook that for either 3 minutes or once it... Where is the timer? There it is. Or until the sauce has thickened up slightly. Because as you can see, this sauce is practically water.
Yeah, how are you going to thicken it up?
It's apparently going to do so automatically, and if it doesn't, I do know a trick, actually.
Yeah, you put a little flour,
a little water, and mix that in, and it'll thicken it up a little bit.
Okay, so you're going to let that come back to a boil? Oh no, 3 minutes.
3 minutes is how long we let it cook, and then we'll check and see how thick it is. If it needs a little bit more thickening, then we'll add in the thickener. And if it doesn't, then...
I noticed something different about you.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? You forgot?
Just a little bit. I had gotten it out, and I forgot to put it on.
Piece of work, doing chilling and grilling without an apron on.
Oh, so says the actual chiller and griller not wearing an apron at all, right?
Hey, I was just a sous chef. Nobody says you have to wear an apron when you're a sous chef.
The chef is still part of it.
All right. Anyway, so we still got 2 minutes to go. You're gonna do like a song and dance or something?
Probably not. What I'm gonna do is just kind of mix this up a little bit to see if it's thickening up, and it kind of not really.
No, it's gotta reduce a little bit still.
Yeah. So it's gonna take just a little bit of time.
All right. We'll turn the camera back on then.
Yeah. The timer has gone off. We added in a little bit of the thickener that we had mentioned, just a bit of flour and water, just because it's still kind of watery.
And what proportion? You just a little bit of flour, a little bit of water.
A little flour, a little bit of water. Yeah. So now we can put the chicken all back in, because ordinarily, if it was the full chicken breasts, then
you would
want to make sure you want to scrape off all the good stuff. Get that.
All the good stuff. That's right, Tom. Okay, so
it's gotta be perfect, but try to get a decent amount of it. Kind of spread this out, and we're gonna be cooking it for another. Now, for the regular chicken breast, it's supposed to be about 5 to 6 minutes. So for this, we could be on the safe side and say like 5 still.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's pretty much done. Your chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe the thicker ones might have to cook a little bit. So we're play it safe 5 minutes. They're not going to dry out because they're in fluid.
Yep, and you do want to turn the heat to about medium. We turned it down a little bit to try and reduce the stuff a bit more. We cooked a little bit extra time than the 3 minutes you originally had. But
so when's the parsley go in, or the other butter?
The parsley and the other butter goes in after the chicken cooks a bit more. Because at that point, then the salsa goes down a little bit.
After 5 minutes?
Yeah, which I should.
Yeah, you should put a timer on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So we got that in. Chicken will finish up cooking. It'll, soak up all the nice marsala sauce, and then we will move on with what comes next.
Yeah. In the meantime, I had gotten the pasta ready over here, guys. And all I did was I put a little butter in there, a little salt, pepper, and some garlic powder.
Yep. And now you can also use olive oil if you want. If you don't want to use butter, it's entirely up to you.
We like butter because butter's better.
You don't want to have your pasta overpower the chicken marsala, because otherwise, what's the point of making the chicken marsala? Just make it pasta.
Right.
So you want to have something that has a little bit of flavor, a little bit of the savory with garlic.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be overpowering.
Yeah. So when you put the butter and the parsley in, right, and then is that when you're going to do the salt and pepper for taste too?
It'll be a little bit after that, like probably like
towards the end.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So your next step is going to be to put after 5 minutes you're going to put the butter and the parsley in. How long do you let it cook then?
Until the butter's swirled around.
Okay.
And after that point, it's basically done.
I can't wait because I'm starving.
I'm pretty hungry too.
Chop chop.
What's actually nice about this compared to the chicken breast is that the sauce kind of covers like the entirety of the chicken, whereas with the chicken breast, you kind of.
I'll tell you what, guys. Absolutely. I was trying to say actually and absolutely at the same time. Looks unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And I can't wait to eat it.
Me neither. Timer's off. Butter time.
Butter time.
So easy enough. Just drop that in. Now you don't want to let that sit for too long because you want to swirl it around. Otherwise, the butter's all just going to coagulate in one spot. So the nice thing also about these being tenders as opposed to the full chicken breasts is that you can kind of get the butter around easier. If you have the 4-hole chicken breast in here, it's a lot harder to get that butter swirl around. Also, this is the part where you want to get some of that parsley in. Not all of it, but a decent amount of it.
Man,
keep moving that butter.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear my stomach growl?
All I can hear is just the boiling of this.
Oh, good.
Yep, so
I already tasted one of the mushrooms when the camera was off, guys.
So just get that in. We want to just kind of try to
Man,
mix
is
that
that
throughout.
good. Who knew Tom could cook? You hear that, ladies? He's a cooker. Let us know if you like them better with blue hair.
I'm pretty sure the answer is no. All right. So with that is...
It's done?
Yeah.
That's it? Oh, it's time to plate.
That it is.
Woo! Here, let me get a plate for you.
Yeah, well, let me move this over to the garnish station first.
Oh, you're gonna plate it over there? Yeah, you should plate it over here.
Well,
Yeah. Well, here's a pot holder. You can put that right there and plate them here.
Okay, I suppose I can do that. Why did you hand me a plate then?
Because I thought you were playing over there.
Well,
and I'm getting hangry.
You're getting on my nerves. All right, so you want to carefully bring
Yeah,
it
that would be a
across.
tragedy.
Spot. There we go. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
I already got a spoon for this. So,
It's hard for me. You barely fit in there with that. I gotta step way back here.
yes. Alright, so I just want to dish up some rotini. This is going to take a little bit because this is not a proper spoon for dishing this out. But I'm already sunk in, so...
All right. Don't get carried away. Don't overload a plate for plating.
I'm not overloading the plate, but
Oh, is that yours or mine?
It's someone's.
All right, that's enough.
Okay, apparently it's enough pasta. I guess this is going to be yours if that's all the pasta
that's
you
a
want.
side, not the main course.
Oh, yeah, I guess these noodles are a bit bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
So anyway, then you want to take, we'll take this piece of chicken, just kind of prop it up like that. It doesn't really prop
The
up.
sauce
but
all slopped over the side.
we'll get to the sauce.
Yeah,
You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient for the sauce. Put it like that, and then
Oh yeah, get them
some of that
mushrooms in. Oh yeah.
shrimp on that.
Oh yeah.
And just a little bit, just kind of distribute it over that. Thank you. Then let's not have the spoon go into the sauce. We don't need a saucy spoon. Then just a little bit of that. Some chives, a little bit of that.
Okay, put her on the table so I can actually see it.
And there we go. One delicious plate of chicken marsala. Fresh, piping
That
hot.
looks pretty awesome.
And
Here, can you
delicious.
hold the camera for a second?
I suppose I could.
Yeah, because I wanted to show you something. Because you're not a professional, neither am I. But when you plate it like this, you always take like a paper towel and wipe off that sauce that you sloppily put all over the place, like that. Now that's a good looking meal right there, Tom. But since you cooked it, I'm the one that gets to taste it, right? Huh?
Wait, what?
I'm the one that gets to taste it. Let me get a good knife out here to cut this up. So, well, you cooked it. I get to taste it. Just to say how nice and tender chicken. Okay,
That's good.
you get one of these shrooms in there. One thing that Tom didn't do.
Salt and pepper?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys right now. It's delicious, but you should always taste your sauce first, Tom. Because it needs a little salt.
I'll be honest, I knew I forgot something.
Yeah. So we'll just put a little pepper in there and a little salt. Then you can mix it up.
Yep, you can always add more if you want later.
But other than that, Tom, it just needed a little tiny bit. It really didn't. I mean, I could have ate it without it, but I didn't want to.
Of course.
But that's a good meal right there, guys. Tom, you did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, this meal is well worth trying at home.
Absolutely.
It's really not that hard to make.
Not really.
Let me get the camera back.
Sure thing.
Tom, good job.
Thank you.
But don't eat anything from my plate, though. Make your own. Hey! That's alright, I spit on it. Yeah, because my fork was in my mouth and I put my fork on my plate.
Yeah, but that ruins me trying to be funny with it.
I drooled a little bit in there.
I mean, that's just gross. Stop.
Yeah, so put some salt and pepper in there. So you want to mix this up a little bit like that, you know. And Tom's going to give himself a plate.
That I will.
Well, why don't you close it out, Tom? Because you did do an excellent job. Who knew Tom could cook?
I mean, I kind of did.
I'm going to sneeze. I got pepper on my nose.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Anyway, until next time, guys, grab yourself something cool to drink, play, feel, and relax, and have yourselves a wonderful meal, and I'll meet you at the lounge.